G'day everyone, my name's Big Pup, welcome back to the channel. Today is Valentine's Day in Australia, so I saw it only fitting to do some battles in the Love Cup. I'll be utilising a Medicham, Clefable and a Magcargo, so let's jump into these battles and see what happened. Hopping straight into the first match, we have Medicham matched up against Miltank. A brilliant lead, they make a quick switch into a Mola. We're countering down, we're building up to a Psychic and we make the quick switch into Clefable. Clefable's charming away doing huge damage to that water type. We're only expecting a Surf, so we will no shield here, but unfortunately they hit us with the Psychic, the more nuke move. But it doesn't matter, we're going to keep farming down with Charm and get to a Meteor Mash. Unfortunately this Meteor Mash will be resisted damage, so it doesn't quite KO the Mola, but we're able to counter down one more time. Medicham has a nice amount of energy now. What will they send in next? It is the Talonflame. So we'll just send out these neutral Ice Punches. Ice Punch should be a nice... Oh, sorry, it's Charizard. So these... Same thing, same typing. These Ice Punches should do a nice amount of damage. In comes Ice Punch number 2. Now we're at a 2 shield advantage. Can Magcargo close out this match? They sent in Miltank. We're only expecting the Ice Beam or the Body Slam. It's a Body Slam. That would have been resisted damage. There was really no need to shield here. These Incinerates are building up a huge amount of energy. We throw the Overheat. That almost knocks out the Miltank. Now all we need to do is charge up to about 2 charge moves. We can't quite build up 2 Overheats or 2 Rock Tombs, but we can build up to just about 2 Rock Tombs or 2 Overheats. There's no need to shield this. We fear the Blast Burn more than the Body Slam. Yep, we're just about at 2 moves now. I think we're going to try a little sneaky farm down, and then all we need to do is Rock Tomb the Charizard, so let's see how it goes. They send in Charizard. Luckily we've saved a shield. The Dragon Claw would have knocked us out. We're able to throw the 4 times effective Rock Tomb, and this should be KOing the Charizard. In comes the Rock Tomb, almost takes out the Charizard. One more Incinerate. This Dragon Claw will be taking us out, but hopefully we're able to counter down with the trusty Medicham. 1 counter, 2 counter, 3 counter, down goes Charizard. In comes Miltank, 1 more counter, and Miltank bites the dust. Hopping into the next match, we have Medicham matched up against another Medicham. So the mirror match here can be a bit bait dependent. We build up straight for the Psychic, but then we throw the Ice Punch, hopefully baiting out a shield. In comes the Ice Punch, doesn't get a shield, so we try and make a quick switch into Clefable, but we're unable to. We're hoping it's only an Ice Punch back, but they hit us with the Psychic, so that's unfortunate. So we're just going to stay in this matchup after failing to switch, and just let the Medicham go down. We'll come in with Clefable and start farming up energy. Luckily, it was only a Power Punch bait, so we're able to survive. We quickly get rid of that notification. We throw the Psychic, it lands. Now, we're obviously just going to let the Medicham go down. This Power Punch will be double boosting their attack, unfortunately, and knocking us out. We have Clefable, they're sitting there, a Magcargo. We match them with a Magcargo. What's it going to be? Hopefully not the Stone Edge. It's a Stone Edge, so it's a good thing we shielded that. We're going to build to the Rock Tomb. Good thing about Rock Tomb is it does debuff the attack. I haven't looked on PvPoke to see which one's recommended, Rock Tomb or Stone Edge, but I like Rock Tomb because of that debuff. Now that we debuff the attack, we still don't trust the Stone Edge, so we're just going to say another Rock Tomb. Now they'll be double debuffed, and this should be doing some nice damage. In comes the Rock Tomb, does some huge amount of damage. They're double debuffed now. We're expecting a Stone Edge again. How much damage? It still does a decent amount of damage for being double debuffed. They send in the Mola. We're just going to debuff their attack here. In comes the Stone Edge, does a nice amount of neutral damage. We're sending Clefable. Come on. Let's go Clefable, you charming beast. These charms are doing a decent amount of damage. Hopefully it's just the Surf. It's a Psychic again, so I'm falling for the Psychic all day today. We throw a Meteor Mash. Hopefully this is enough damage to get it down into Charm down range. 1 more Charm. Down goes the Mola. In comes Magcargo. We're able to Charm down the Fire type. In comes Medicham. Can we farm down? We farm down, and Clefable closes out the match. Moving on into the next one, we have Medicham into another Medicham. So again, we have the mirror match going on. Let's see if we can play it a bit better this time. So we're going to farm up to the Psychic and throw the Ice Punch bait, but no, we quickly switch into Clefable, and unfortunately we're matched with the Fire-type Charizard. These wing attacks are doing a nice amount of neutral damage. We're already about half health, which is unfortunate, but these Dragon Claws will be doing almost nothing. So we call the bait. Hopefully they didn't throw the Blast Burn. We're going to go straight for the Psychic, doing the neutral move. Gets a shield. No debuff, unfortunately, from the Psychic, but these charms are still doing huge damage, even though they're resisted. We're expecting another Dragon Claw here. Can we hang on? It's enough to take us out. In comes Medicham, and we're going to try for a counter down. We successfully get the counter down, and what can we expect next? It's an Electrode, so we're going to go straight for the Psychic, hopefully do some huge damage onto it, but they shield, so we're going to keep countering up. We're at a 2 shield advantage here, which is brilliant. We send in Magcargo. It's only going to be a Foul Play or Discharge, just the Discharge, and now we're in a very comfortable position just to farm up heaps of energy and nuke whatever's going to come in. So in comes another Discharge. We Foul Play. We bravely let it go. We're going to throw the overheat, just completely send this thing to the Shadow Realm. Down goes Electrode. What do they send in next? It's the Medicham. Yep, they counter down, but we're at a 2 shield advantage here. All we need to do is shield up and throw these Psychics, and it should be a good game. They throw the Psychic. Luckily, we don't get the debuff. In comes our own counter Psychic. How much damage will this do? It does a nice amount of damage, and we counter down. Good game to the opponent. Hopping into the next one, we have Medicham up against a Galarian Slowbro. So this is a bit of a neutral matchup. Our counters are only doing resisted damage. Their poison jabs are doing neutral damage, which is unfortunate. Sludge Bomb would do a huge amount of damage, but we're able to throw out these threat with the Psychics, but just throw the Ice Punches and bait, but unfortunately they call it. We're just going to keep farming up with the counters. They're throwing these nice poison jabs, and we're just going to throw the Psychic. Let's go. Come on, Psychic. It lands. Down goes Galarian Slowbro. That's good for us. They send in a Charmer. It's Wigglytuff. So we're going to send in Magcargo and start incinerating down. They counter with the Talonflame, which actually isn't a bad matchup for us. The Brave Bird's resisted, so are the Flame Charges, and our Rock Tombs would do 4 times effective damage. And every time we throw one, they get debuffed. They go straight for the Brave Bird. It only doesn't even do half damage. We're able to go for another Rock Tomb. Now they'll be double debuffed and threatened to one-shot KO. In comes the Rock Tomb, gets the second shield. Now double debuffed. What are they going to throw? It's probably the Brave Bird. It's the Brave Bird, but it still doesn't KO. Can we get to another Rock Tomb? We don't quite get to the Rock Tomb. That's so unfortunate. But we're no shield. The Flame Tribe actually doesn't KO, and we're able to get to a third Rock Tomb. Let's go, Magcargo. Such a beast. I love this snail, this volcanic snail. In comes Clefable, we're charming down, and they back out. Good game to the trainer. Into the next match, we have Medicham matched up against the Miltank. So again, we love this matchup. The counters are doing huge damage to their normal typing. These rollouts are resisted. They make a quick switch into that water type. We're just going to farm up to the Psychic and just throw it. A lot of people haven't been shielding the Psychic. And it lands, brilliant. We make a quick switch into Clefable, and now these charms are digging in. The Mola is only going to throw the Psychic. Unfortunately, we're hoping for the Surf. These charms are digging in though. Hopefully we can charm all the way down. Clefable's able to charm all the way down, KO that water type. What's going to come in next? It is the Miltank. Obviously, they want to realign. They don't want to be up against the Medicham. We're going to be expecting the Body Slam. Does take us out, but we're able to come back in Medicham and start punishing again. You're not getting away from the Punisher, baby. In comes another Body Slam. Actually does a decent amount of damage. We're at 1.5 Ice Punches. We'll throw this it's neutral Ice Punch against the Charizard and make a quick switch into Magcargo. But still not like the greatest matchup. Charizard's just so OP. These Blast Burns would actually dig in. So we're just going to start throwing these Rock Tombs and start debuffing them. In comes Rock Tomb. Gets the shield. Now they're debuffed. We're going to farm up to another Rock Tomb. I think we feel pretty comfortable not to shield here now, and certainly the Dragon Claw bait. We'll throw another Rock Tomb that should be getting their attack 2 times down, and knocks them out. Let's go, Rock Tomb. And in comes Miltank, and they're back out. Good game to the trainer. Moving along here, we have Medicham into another Medicham. So we've already seen this mirror match about 2 times already, and we don't really mind it as long as we can land the Psychic and they throw a bait. But in this case, we're going to switch into Clefable straight away and start charming down. They throw the Psychic, does about half health, gets us into the yellow, and they switch into an XL Licky Tongue. So we hate to see that. That thing is so thick. We're going to start throwing these Meteor Mashes, hopefully getting some damage, or Meteor Mashes, what am I saying? Charm builds up so slowly. We're going to throw the 1 Meteor Mash. They're probably going to lick us down, but we're able to come in with Magcargo and just absorb the Vine Whips or absorb the Body Slams. They throw a Body Slam, not very effective damage. We're going to start incinerating away. Such a good fast move, by the way. I'm so glad they put it onto this Pokemon. It really makes it viable. We're going to keep using Incinerate. We're at like 4 or 5 Incinerates. Lots of energy. We're just expecting the Body Slam. It's the Power Whip though. We do shield up. And we go for the complete... We Incinerate down. Turn them to ashes. Let's go. What's going to come in next? It will be the Medicham. So we're going to go straight for the Overheat. Straight for the Nuke. Let's go. Let's go, Magcargo. Magcargo does a Volcanic Eruption onto Medicham. We switch back into Medicham, our own Medicham. We're just going to go straight for the Psychic. Psychic lands, gets them into the yellow. And now all we need to do is counter down and start throwing Ice Punches. This should be getting the last shield, or maybe they won't. Yep, it gets the last shield, and all we need to do now is counter down. We throw up our own shield. We're not going to really risk it with the Foul Play being on that thing. They throw the Discharge, and we counter down. Good game to that trainer. Moving along, we have Medicham into a Mola. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I apologize, but for this video's purposes, I'm going to call it a Mola. We're countering down, and we're going to go straight for the Psychic. Hopefully Psychic can land. It's been getting no shielded a lot today, but this trainer luckily shields, or lucky for them, not lucky for us. We shield up, expecting the Psychic. It's the Psychic. Luckily we shield up, and we're just going to keep countering away. We're gonna get to a second Psychic. Hopefully this one goes unshielded. It would be nice to get a shield out of them. And yep, now we have a shield out of them and we counter down. Oh, sorry, charm down. They throw in the Talonflame, which is rather unfortunate. These Incinerates are digging in and our charms are doing very little damage. We're expecting the Flame Charge. It's just a Flame Charge. It puts us into a position where we might get incinerated down. We're gonna throw the Meteor Mash even though it's resisted. But it does get a shield, which is brilliant. And now we just come in with Magcargo and start incinerating away. We're not really fearing any charge move from this thing. Yeah, Brave Bird does get us into the yellow. That severely debuffs them and we'd be able to move it, would knock them out. They send in Scrafty and we're going straight for the overheat. Hits them like a heat wave, let's go. And we send in Medicham, just doing these super effective counters. They throw the Power Up Punch. We really didn't need to shield that, that's unfortunate. But luckily, we're at an Ice Punch. We had some residual energy on the Medicham and this should be KOing the Talonflame. Down goes Talonflame, good game to that trainer. Hopping to the next one, we have Medicham into a Charizard. Unfortunately, these wing attacks will be doing super effective damage and our counters will only be doing resisted. But we can throw these neutral ice punches and threaten shields. We're going to shield up, fearing that Blast Burn just does so much damage, but unfortunately we fall for the Dragon Claw bait. We build up to a Psychic, throw the Ice Punch, come on Charizard, give us a shield. Charizard gives us a shield, now we'll farm all the way up to the Psychic again and throw another Ice Punch. We shield up again, fearing the Blast Burn. Luckily this time it is the Blast Burn, so fool me once. We throw the Ice Punch, hopefully this will be getting another shield and doing some nice damage. Does a nice amount of damage and now the Charizard's in counter down range. They throw on their own Medicham. We fortunately get to the Psychic. This should be forcing another shield or doing some nice damage. Does a nice amount of damage. We're just going to let this go. We don't really care what it is. Ice Punch, Power Punch, Psychic. It's a Power Punch. That's okay. Clefable does not care. Comes in, starts charming down, doing huge damage, and the opponent backs out. Good game. Thank you all so much for watching. It means the world to me. It's been Big Pup. This team was lovely to run in the Love Club. I went positive in all my sets and I had a blast. Please like and subscribe, that means so much to me, and please come back for more Pokemon Go content.